Today's video is short and simple about the brand new EX1 as well as the brand new SMG, which is the RA225. A lot of people are asking, are they good? Are they worth leveling? Are they worth unlocking? All those different types of things. And that's kind of what we're going to break down in today's video. I actually have two different builds for each of them because there are very specific viable builds and even top tier viable and potentially meta, especially for the SMG. And the only real drawback for the RA225 is the damage per mag, and that is regardless of which mag you're using. Pretty much identical. We're running recoil booster, rapid barrel, which basically is gonna give us the maximum and best TTK, and we're combining it with the 55 round drum. There's different things you can use for mobility if you want to go subsonic. This is kind of a standard build that I was playing with, and you could basically swap that out for subsonic, and this would be the all-around build for trios, quads. If you're gonna go duos or solos, you can actually get a little bit more consistent TTK by swapping it up and actually rocking the 38 Gorenko, but keep in mind that's only about 1100 damage per mag, so that will kind of hold you back a little bit where you got to time your reloads, and instead of having momentum, maybe you would go sleight of hand, which will help out slightly in that area. This thing does definitely melt, especially with the nerfs to all the other weapons and the buff to the PPSH, which kind of slipped into being the top tier meta. This one definitely fits in there, but the magazine can kind of hold you back, so the 55 is probably generally going to be the way to go. Now we get into the tricky EX1, which is kind of nasty but also suffers the same problem. So there's two different builds. There's a sniper build, which will give you a one-shot kill like at Car 98 ranges. It's pretty much hit scan because the muzzle velocity or bullet velocity is close to that 2500. So if we're looking at something a sniper, you can have fun with this, but this is primarily small map. It's just going to be a hit marker machine. If you are on anything larger, you do need a neck or headshot to get the one-shot kill, but we've got to use the coil amp, the charge amp, which is the sniper one, and then pretty much you're going to use this one for the extra rate of fire, which is going to help out. Even though it hurts your ammo reserve, doesn't really matter. You get 12 shots, which is pretty solid, and then you use the 3-6X titanium anchor spotter, which is going to give us a little bit more range. It's like an extra 5-ish meters, and then we got on hand for better aim down sight, rubber grip, and then carver, and this will use rifle ammo, so you'll probably never run out of ammo if you're using this build. And this is more of a gimmicky one. The more that's a little bit more practical is going to be the second one, which is more of the rifle build. And again, this one's problem is a long range weapon that does like 12 damage per shot, or per bullet that you're going to be using in terms of ammo, which is not a lot. That means you end up with less than 1000 damage per mag, and that puts you in really tricky spots. So this is kind of only for solos, for a one gun fight, and probably on the smaller maps, just because you would have to be way too accurate to actually down someone at further ranges, just because the 900 is not a lot. And you'll see you'll burn through ammo pretty quickly because this does have over 1200 RPM fire rate, or whatever you'd want to call it in this particular case, since it is a laser. How fast the bullet charges are coming out is over 1200. So we use coil lamp, Instagrat, 3-6, the mass, so we get a little bit, we're kind of just solving for the horizontal and vertical recoil, kind of touch that down, sleight of hand. And you could also use the quantum high voltage if you're going to be using this more of a sniper support, even though the close range TTK is nothing special, especially since it is kind of a little bit of a clunkier weapon. Carver, hatch, on hand, and that's kind of the two builds. Go ahead and try them out for yourself. Out of the two, I would prioritize the SMG as being very viable, and it can fit your playstyle depending on that mag size, how you want to use it. Let me know which one you're preferring in the comment section. Appreciate all the support. Thank you for watching. As always, have a great day.